have you noticed the emergence of the Irish striker Evan Fergurson?
Yeah, we saw some clips about him. Of course, he's a great striker.
He's worth £400 million.
To score a hat-trick under 18.
Wow.
That's phenomenal, isn't it?
It looks for me like the nearest thing I've seen to Alan Shearer.
Reminds me of a young Alan Shearer in his Southampton days because he's got everything. He's got the power.
Manchester United have made a massive mistake in signing an inexperienced, injury-prone striker that has a similar name to Hojlund, when they should have signed Evan Fergurson, the man who has recently scored a hat-trick against Champions League side Newcastle. Not for long though. And even Kylian Mbappe is talking about him. He has also got his driving instructor making TikToks about it, which is very wholesome. Evan Fergurson, who was born in October 2004, only recently being able to have his first Guinness, is tearing the Premier League apart, and as Brighton teammate Adam Webster has said, he has more Premier League hat-tricks than GCSEs, and has already been compared to his boyhood hero Wayne Rooney. Although success in football isn't linear, and you only have to look at the likes of Dele Alli and Ravel Morrison to understand that, Evan Fergurson looks the real deal. As a young lad, you can get eaten up in the Premier League due to the physicality and high pace of the game, which Jadon Sancho seems to be suffering from. But Evan Fergurson has just slipped into Premier League football, and it looks like this is his 5th or 6th season in the league. As a Manchester United boyhood fan, he would have offered that passion that you can't really buy on the inflated market nowadays, and knows the club inside out, along with his already Premier League proven experience and playing against Chelsea at the age of 14. When I was 14, I was screaming my lungs out when I packed a walkout on FIFA and eating flaming hot Monster Munch, scoring 6 goals in his first Premier League season in just 19 games, compared to Rasmus Hojlund, who scored 9 goals in 32 appearances in a lower-leveled league in the Serie A, where players like Tammy Abraham have managed to score 17 goals in the same league. Whilst Hojlund has been injured for the first 3 games of the season and came on against Arsenal, Evan Fergurson has already scored 4 goals in 4 games and is 2 years younger. Manchester United refused to pay the extra $20 million that they would have had to pay for the young Irish striker, who Brighton believe is worth £100 million, but instead went for Hojlund instead. Staying at Brighton, I believe Fergurson is only going to come on leaps and bounds, and I believe that he will score more goals this year than Darwin Núñez, and he is already 2nd top goal scorer in the Premier League. Under elite manager De Zerbi, his tactical game is only going to get better. Roberto De Zerbi said on his hat-trick hero, Fergurson can become one of the best, the top scorer in Europe. He can become big, big, big. The Seagulls are well known for creating world-class players that the top teams are after, just like Caicedo, Cucurella, McAllister, Ben White, Trossard, Bissouma and Roberto Sanchez, so Brighton isn't a bad place for Evan to learn and develop at, and have managed to attract Barcelona wonderkid Ansu Fati to the club. Imagine strolling down the Brighton Pier with your ice cream and seeing Ansu Fati on the 2p slots. Despite us living in the world of players being named wonderkids after a few skills and the odd goal on a highlight reel, I really think that Fergurson is more than that, as he has attributes of all the best strikers in the world to make him a top player. His deadly finishing and strength is comparable to Erling Haaland. And like Haaland, Ferguson's dad Barry Fergurson also played football, playing in the Premier League for Coventry City. However, the way Barry's son Evan carries the ball is smoother than Haaland and has great build-up play, which you need to have in today's game as a modern striker. In this aspect, he could be compared to the likes of Kane and Benzema, and his height combined with his heading ability makes him a serious threat in the box, which you could compare to 2-meter Peter, despite him only being 6'2", and can score with both his left and his right foot, making his game very well-rounded. If you have learned something new in this video, a sub to the channel would be of great help and allows me to keep making this kind of content. Getting back to the video, Fergurson has an English mother, however has made it clear he won't be playing for England and snaking Ireland like Declan Rice and Jack Grealish have, and is already of the mark for the boys in green, scoring against Gibraltar in the European qualifiers. Ireland, not being in a European competition since 2016, can finally have something to build on with Fergurson in the side and could maybe be the next Robbie Keane. Although United have missed out on the Irish goal machine this summer, will they stick with Rasmus Hojlund, who, despite me criticising in this video and believing he is not as good as Fergurson, could still have a promising career? Or will Manchester United have another attempt to buy him, or do you think this has Todd Boehly £100 million signing written all over him? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop it a like, and if you got to the end of the video, comment who you think will have a better career out of Hojlund and Evan Fergurson. And as always, see you on the next one.